everybody, and today I'm going to be showing you the coolest prediction trick I know. So all you're doing is just writing down one card and then they're going to pick that one card. So I'm going to show you how it's done. So the spectator can shuffle the card as much as they want, just like this. They can give it a couple of cuts, just like that. There you go, and you can shuffle it really as much as you want. The magician can shuffle it as many times as they want. It's really just the shuffling, it can be shuffled as much as they want. So, now, I'm just going to write down a prediction on this little piece of paper about what your card is going to be. So I'm just going to leave those cards over there and write down a prediction. There we go. There. So I've written down a prediction on the other side of this card with this pen. I'm just going to leave that over there. Now I'm going to take this deck of cards. I'm going to ask the spectator to cut the deck of cards anywhere in the middle. So let's say they split it somewhere there in the middle. Now I'm going to ask the spectator to point at one of the decks. So let's say they point at this deck. So okay, I'm going to take this deck and place it somewhere else. I'm going to carry on using this part of the deck. Now, I'm going to go down through the cards and I'm going to ask the spectator to say stop anywhere they like. Just like this. So I'm going to go down. Let's say the spectator says stop there. Then I'm going to take all this and place it away again. Now, I'm left with about 5 cards. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one tiny pyramid and finish that with 2 cards. Just like that at the top. Now I'm going to ask the spectator to point at any 2, 3 cards. So let's say they point at that, and this card right over here. So these 3 are the chosen selected cards. So I'm going to take these 3 and put them aside. So the spectator is picking every single card which will go out. I'm not forcing them to do anything. Now I've got 2 cards left. So I'm going to give them a couple of shuffles, just like that. Now, I'm going to ask the spectator to point out one single card. That's going to be their chosen card for the rest of the trick. So let's say they point at this card. Okay, so I'm going to keep this card because that's going to be their chosen card for the rest of the trick. And I'm going to place this card away. So I've got this one card. Let's just reveal what this card is. It's the 9 of Hearts. So remember before this trick how I wrote a prediction what the spectator will choose? Look at that. 9 of Hearts. Okay, so if you want to know how to do this trick, please stick around for the tutorial and I'll show you exactly how I did it. So this is how I did the trick. Now, all you're going to need is a pen, a piece of paper, tiny piece of paper like that, and a deck of cards. It doesn't have to be a full deck of cards. It can be any amount of cards. So it can be like 10 cards, it can be 20 cards. It really doesn't matter. You just need some cards. Now, what you're going to do is for now, you're just going to set that up there, and you're going to let the spectator give the cards a little shuffle, just like that. Now, the shuffling doesn't matter, so they can shuffle for how long they want. And now, what you're going to do is you're just going to peek at this bottom card, so the 3 of Spades. So the magician knows that the bottom card is the 3 of Spades. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece of paper, and you're going to write the 3 of Spades, just like that. So 3 of Spades. Now I'm going to turn that over, so I've still got the 9 of Hearts there from the last trick, and I'm going to place that down there. Now what you're going to do now is you've got the 3 of Spades. You're going to try and force this 3 of Spades to the spectator. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask them to cut anywhere in the middle of the deck. So they're going to cut approximately there, about in the middle of the deck. Now you're going to ask the spectator to point at any deck. If they point at this one, you're going to say okay and put it away. If they point at this deck where the 3 of Spades is, then you'll say okay, you've chosen this deck to play with. So and then you're going to take this one away. So whatever they point at, I'm just forcing this deck to go away and this deck to stay there. So whatever you do, you're going to force this deck away, just like that. And now you're left with this. So what you're going to do now is you're going to ask the spectator to say stop. So let's say they stop right here. And now you can either just put this away or you can ask them again, point at any deck. So if they point at this one, you're going to say, okay, you've chosen this one, you've selected this deck to play with. If they point at this one, you say, okay, you're going to take this away because you pointed at it. So on. Okay, now you're left with a couple of cards, just like that. So there's not many, but you keep on wanting to get smaller and smaller, the cards. So what you're going to do now, you can spread the cards out just like, oh, the table's a bit sticky. You can do it like 2 piles, just like that. It really doesn't matter how, but you're just trying to get down to that one card, the 3 of spades, which is the bottom of this deck right here. So that's what you're going to get. Now, we'll also to point at any deck and then say a number. Let's say from 1 to 10 approximately. So if they point at this deck and say 1 to 10, if they say, let's say 6, then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. Now what I did and you're going to take that away. What I did in the performance is that I had very little cards because the spectator said stop later on. So I had a couple of cards, so I did a tiny pyramid thing just like this. And I knew where the card was the whole time because I knew it is at the bottom. So you can just place all the cards down like this in a pile, and you know that this last card is theirs. And they're going to ask them to point at, let's say, 5 cards. If they don't point at your card and they point at other 5 random cards, you're going to put them away. If they do point at your card and another 4 cards, you're going to say, okay, those are your chosen cards, and you're going to take those 5 cards. There you go. And then you're going to place them aside and take these all away. Just like that. And now, so you've got the 3 of spades still at the bottom, and then you've got 4 random cards on top of the 3 of spades. Now, what you're going to try and do is now just keep on pushing this card to the spectator. So now it's near the end, so you can just place them out just like that. And you can say either point at one card, it's a bit risky, because if they point at like different cards, then it will be just different, so it'll take a long time to get there. So let's say point at 3 cards, so let's say they point at this, this and this, so you take these away, just like that, and you have 3 cards. Now remember, the 3 of spades is now at the top, depends where you put it. You can choose where to have it, if you want to have it at the bottom all the time, or at the top when you want it. So now you can just say point at one single card. Now if they point at this one, you can say okay and put that away. If you're lucky, they'll maybe point at your card and you're going to say okay, this is your one chosen card. If they point at the other 2, you just place it away. So let's say they point at one of them, take it away, and now you say okay, you've done it all yourself. Remind them what they've been doing. You've cut the decks yourself, you shuffled it at the start, I made a prediction at the start. You cut them, you chose everything, you did it all yourself. Now point at one last card. Now if they point at the other card again, then you're going to place that away. If they point at the 3 of spades, you're just going to say okay, this is your chosen card. Doesn't matter what they do. So let's say they point at this, the other card again, put it away, and now you're left with the 3 of spades. Just show them what they're left with. Now you're just going to take this piece of paper and show them that at the start of the trick you did a prediction that they're going to choose the 3 of spades, just like that. So that's how I did the trick. It's fairly simple and really easy because you only need a piece of paper, a pen, and as many cards as you want. So there's no skill really needed, and that's the trick. So I hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much.